Right now in the KRON4 Morning News, 3 people are dead after an early morning crash in the East Bay. We'll have a live report with the latest from police and the tragic details we've learned now from neighbors. And it's getaway day for Thanksgiving travelers. AAA predicting record numbers of travelers hitting the roads and taking to the skies. Plus, you want to check that Thanksgiving shopping list. Just how much will this year's feast be?
Now, live from the Bay Area's local news station, this is KRON4 News at 9.
Thanks for being with us the day before Thanksgiving. We know you have a lot to get done, and we're just trying to help. I'm Daria.
And I'm James. Yeah, luckily Mother Nature's on our side, helping out as best she can with some nice conditions this morning.
Thank you for helping, John.
I'm just relaying Mother Nature's message to you, which is much better than it was last week. Hey, we needed the rain, but we didn't need that much of it. So we are very much so appreciating this now, especially as we work our way toward Thanksgiving. SFO right here. I know that we still have a couple of delays, and that's likely because of issues elsewhere in the country, because our weather here is picture perfect now. We've cleared things out, and winds have even calmed down from a breezy night last night. Where we're sitting currently on the map, temperatures range anywhere from the upper 30s in a couple spots up in the North Bay to the 50s for most of the rest of us. Hayward, Oakland, San Francisco in the mid 50s, while well up in Calistoga, you're at 39 degrees right now. Later on this morning, we'll continue to see all that sunshine, and temperatures will slowly lift under that sun, rising into the upper 50s near 60 already by noon. Raina?
All right, John, thank you for that. And you're off to a great start on this day before Thanksgiving. Look at the commute. An 8-minute ride into the city. If you have to catch a flight, no major delays in terms of driving there. 13 along our Richmond-Summerfield. I'm also not seeing any major delays on BART if you need to take that instead. And the Golden Gate Bridge, about 20 minutes. Daria, James, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Raina. 9:02, we want to continue to follow the very latest and get new information on that terrible accident that happened in the East Bay in Piedmont. 3 people were killed, and one is in the hospital right now.
Yeah, it involved a Tesla Cybertruck. KRON4's Michael Thomas following the story for us. Joins us now live from the scene. Michael.
Well, we do know that this deadly accident happened just after 3 o'clock this morning, and while police here in Piedmont have not confirmed exactly who passed away, those 3 people, neighbors here say that those 3 people were all young college kids that lived in this area. They were home for Thanksgiving break. Now, the scene has just been cleared. You can see behind me, this is where it happened. This is on Hampton Road and at the corner of Seaview Avenue here in Piedmont. It's not too far from Crocker Park. We're zooming in on that scene there, and we have video of what the scene looked like at 3 o'clock this morning. They got calls at around 3:08, specifically from that Tesla Cybertruck. It called 911 itself, as it is equipped to do that during these situations, along with nearby neighbors. When police arrived on the scene, they say part of that Tesla truck was on fire in flames. The front passenger of that vehicle was extracted from the truck by another Piedmont resident that was driving by. The 3 other passengers inside did die here at the scene. It has not been confirmed by police again, but neighbors say the group inside, that they were college students living here or who lived here, grew up here in the neighborhood, all were away at college, came home for Thanksgiving break, and this tragedy, took place. Now, when it comes to the cause, police say that's still under investigation. They do know that the vehicle did hit the curb and then run into that cinder block wall there, and then also hit that tree. Back out here live, you can see this road does kind of curve. Officials say that the truck was driving westbound, essentially didn't make that right and just kept going straight into that cinder block wall. Again, this was a solo crash. No details as to if speeding was a factor or if alcohol was involved. They say that vehicle was not stolen. So we're still waiting to hear a lot of details. There's a press conference set to happen at 9:30 this morning. We have a crew heading there right now to see what other details we can get. But really an emotional morning here in this neighborhood this morning. A lot of neighbors coming by. Unfortunately, nobody wanting to come on camera. But we are seeing neighbors gather, essentially hugging each other, crying as they disclose amongst one another who it is that passed away in this accident, and also still the person who's in the hospital. So again, not confirmed by police, but neighbors here say they were all young college students in this neighborhood. So it's been very emotional here, but that's the very latest. I'll send it back to you live in the studio.
We don't know the relation of the 3 who were killed or the condition of the one in the hospital, but it's going to be devastating for at least one family and maybe more,
Correct.
Thanks a lot, Michael.
All right, 9:05. And the CHP is going to be out this holiday weekend trying to make sure that we don't see more accidents like that on the roads. They're going to begin their maximum enforcement period starting at 6 p.m. tonight. It's going to last through next Monday. They're going to be keeping an eye out for people that are driving unsafely. So make sure you're following the rules of the road. Last year, they arrested more than 1,000 people for DUI during their enforcement period.
And from the roads to the airports, it is busy, and SFO and Oakland and San Jose bracing for travelers today.
Yeah, TSA says they expect a lot of people to come moving through the gates, and KRON4's Will Tran's been keeping an eye yesterday at San Francisco International, today over at Oakland International. Will?
Oakland International looks great, and you can clearly see there's not a lot of cars waiting for people to be picked up. In fact, I haven't heard a whistle in a long time as people are stopping by, hopping into their cars and leaving. Let me show you what it looks inside. It's been pretty consistent all morning. No long lines, and you can thank the TSA for that. The TSA, they anticipate 18 million Americans will travel during the Thanksgiving holiday, which is why they told all of their workers, you have to come to work, get people moving along, and that's exactly what's happening at Oakland International. Very short wait, probably only a few minutes to get through the checkpoint and to the gate. You know what, there are other places, of course, across the country that will have long lines, but I tracked down some travelers this morning and they say they don't care. It's worth it when you go see family and friends.
Traveling on Thanksgiving, I'd be happy to be home. That's where I'm headed. So, yeah.
So it's worth the long lines coming and going just to be home?
Yes, absolutely. There's no place like home.
I usually don't travel during Thanksgiving, but I'm going to see some relatives I haven't seen in over 20 years.
As far as the numbers at Oakland International, by the time Thanksgiving holiday is over, they expect about 340,000 people to pass through here, and that's slightly down from last year. But they say it's not because they're not popular, it's because airlines, they are scheduling fewer flights into Oakland International, and that's the reason why. Keep in mind, the lightest day to travel is tomorrow, with the busiest day of the Thanksgiving holiday, of course, will be on Sunday. People might travel a little bit earlier to their destination, but the bulk of the people will be traveling on Sunday to come back. So expect long lines during that day. Back to you.
Will, thank you. And whether you're flying or whether you're driving or taking the train, the travel this Thanksgiving is expected to break records. In fact, AAA predicting more than 80 million Americans are going to be hitting the roads to get to their destinations. Right now, the cheapest place to fill up in the Bay Area is in Solano County. They're averaging $4.38 a gallon. You see them there at the bottom of the list on your screen. It gets more expensive as you head up that list. And then once you get up to the North Bay, you can see Napa County is at $4.59, San Francisco at $4.65. The most expensive is Sonoma County at $4.68 a gallon. Now, when it comes to the best times to leave, well, you're running out of time. Today, you want to hit the roads before 10 a.m. After that, it's just going to be a nightmare. As for Friday, if you're going to be heading home that early, head out before 1 p.m. After that hour, things get pretty crowded on the roads.
Maybe you're taking the train. Then you don't have to deal with the roadways or the airports. And Amtrak is expecting thousands of people to travel by rail for Thanksgiving. In fact, they say year by year they've been seeing more people because they probably enjoy the fact that the travel time is actually the travel time because you don't have that, wild card as to traffic or TSA lines.
A lot of people are traveling short distances. So most of our customers during the Thanksgiving holiday are traveling less than 250 miles, which really provides kind of a great experience. And then also we travel from city center to city center. So once you arrive, you're kind of already where you need to go.
Last year, Amtrak carried more than 1 million passengers during the Thanksgiving holiday.
Well, in more Bay Area news, BART riders will soon see an increase in the price they pay to ride. Fees are set to increase 5.5% starting the first of the year. BART says this increase will help them keep pace with inflation and pay for operations and financial stability. BART has already updated their fare calculator and the trip planner for the upcoming change, so the website should be accurate. And with Thanksgiving almost here, families are busy doing their last-minute holiday shopping to get that perfect meal put together. Now, food costs obviously on a lot of people's minds. Wells Fargo says there's savings to be had if you use and buy store-brand food items as opposed to name-brand items. They found that the average cost for the name brand was about $90, while store-brand items were right around $73. Some San Francisco stores are also trying to alleviate some of the added stress of putting together a holiday meal by offering pre-made turkey kits.
A lot of people use our kits as like the kind of centerpiece of their holiday tradition, so we don't like to, we don't want to change it too much.
Yeah, Buy Right grocery store in San Francisco says that they have turkey kits available until 1 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day, so you've got that as your emergency option.
It's 9:10 and still ahead on the KRON4 Morning News. Thieves targeting Meals on Wheels in the East Bay this time of year. Can you believe it? We're going to show you more about what happened. And on this busy day, Oakland airport workers are going to be rallying to draw attention to the fact that they want better pay and benefits. Plus, after the break, get ready for the winter. Once you get through the mountain passes, you want to enjoy skiing and snowboarding. We're going to show you how people are preparing to head to the mountains.